The Tenet Spirex, a bit of an overlooked weapon. Everybody talks about the kuva. Everybody talks about the epitaph, compressa. There's a lot of options in for secondaries, the latum, but most people just talk about like three. I know a lot of people use the latum now, but I pretty much only ever see kuva even still, because I think part of it is the accessibility, right? Like, look at this. I honestly hope they nerf this because this is not an engaging gameplay style. This is trash. This is accessibility mode for babies. And if they do ever nerf it, here's what you should try next. Now, this gun um, doesn't need Nucor to be nerfed in order for it to be relevant. It's very powerful on its own. A lot of YouTubers say don't build impact, don't build impact. This is an impact proj. Uh, Coruscating Cacoethes. It essentially means like blinding. Don't do that. Blinding badness. Um, so we got a beefy ribbon. The minus slash does not affect the slash we get from this. There is slash on the AoE because the progenitor is giving us impact. Our slash is being gained from this. So this is a harmless neg. I'll share this build and people are like, oh, that sucks you got that neg. And it's like, well, now I know your opinion is worthless. Thank you. We got the gal mods, of course. So this is a bit of a handyman build. They got the Cascadia Flare, new arcane. Now, when I say it's a handyman build, I mean it's kind of good at everything. You can use it as a primer. You can use it as a main damage source. You can use it as a lot of things. Like I have so many different builds on this. Um, Gas heat, corrosive heat, electric gas, magnetic gas. Uh, of course, most of them have slash as well because of hemorrhage. Um, Now, I call this my pocket Chakkhurr. My pocket Chakkhurr. And you're going to see why in but a second. Now, I'm going to start by just shooting them as you do with weapon tests. You shoot. You see they're getting pretty substantial procking. Look at the fucking procs on that one, eh? We're not even fully procced up yet on our Cascadia Flare. Top right hand corner, pay attention to Cascadia Flare. This weapon does also have, if you look at the top right hand corner, it has bullseye reload. Now, as you see, I shot once and I got 2 stacks. That's because I have multi-shot on this weapon. Now, one thing I've noticed, sometimes the AoE kind of like procs on its own. A lot of times I'll shoot people in their stomach and it'll still give me the faster reload passive of this weapon, which is really cool. But part of why I think Asian Invasion and some of these other YouTubers are wrong about this weapon is because they say don't do impact, don't do impact. It's not the most optimal thing for level 9,999. Well, you know what is the most optimal thing for level 9,999 is having fun. Because if you're spending that long to do something and it's fucking boring and you're doing just to do it, honestly, I think you're pleb trash and you're just trying to get a number. I think you should be having fun in what you're doing, and that's what the Spirex is. It's fun. You see, it only takes a little bit to get. We're fully Cascadia flared out right now. Fully Cascadia flared. No shade to Asian Invasion. I love his builds, but these people, these YouTubers, I should say, who make these build videos, they're not like maining these weapons. They're not maining the Spirex. They built the Spirex for the video and they put it down. You know, that's how, maybe that's not how they specifically are, but that's how a lot of these YouTubers are. Do a video on a weapon, put it down. I can't blame them. But this is a Cascadia Flare Spirex build from someone who uses it. So once it's fully cranked up, I shouldn't have grouped them together. Once it's fully cranked up though, you're one-shotting them. You're one-shotting corrupted heavy gunners with your secondary. It's not even on a headshot. And like I said, it's an everyman build. It's priming, it's doing damage, it's doing everything. And then we're gonna add the Aphentus. This weapon unfortunately is extremely bad except for its buff that it gives. Look how much more accurate I am. That's so crazy. sorry, I was getting headshots. Let's not get headshots so we can prove that this thing really slaps. Like, I know there's always someone who's like, oh, well, that's only level 200 enemies I see on people's things. Like, I only have access to up to 160. Um, but believe me when I say this does scale very well. You could even make this weapon even better than what I have, despite the fact I have a ribbon. Now, every single dispo buff, this weapon gets buffed, which is awesome. But the toxin and my frostbite, I have very high viral. It could probably be better if you use level 1 and of the 6060 mods and had less of the viral. But as I said, this is my everything, my everyman build, where I'm going to shoot it once. Pay attention to the top of the Corrupted Heavy Gunner's health bar. As you see, look at all the procs. 6 viral procs right there. 5. So this thing procking hard. It's procking all over the fucking place. We're gonna do a little group shot there. So yeah, and we'll real quick, just so you know, when I'm saying that unfortunately the offensive is bad aside from its passive, I very seldom say a weapon's bad. Bro, I built the fuck out of this weapon. Look at these builds. This is a critical damage, critical chance minus puncture. And then, of course, I also have the toxin electricity, which I'm still trying to roll this one. But, yeah. So, part of why I wanted to make this video is to get people to consider, like, this weapon can do everything, but you can make your secondary your main damage source. It is not, I always see everyone's build, everyone's video, I'm guilty of it sometimes too, is secondary is my primer. Strictly a primer. First is the main damage source. You know, maybe sometimes my melee will kill stuff, but it's primary is king, right? I really don't think that's how it should be. I don't like there. See, this is the Cobra and Crane. Sorry, there's something wrong with my mouse keyboard. I don't know what's going on with it, but they're clearly incentivizing using other options. Because you can use this as a bit of a primer. Sure, it's only adding 1 or 2 damage types per hit on stuff. But yeah, I'd like people to know there's more than one option, right? You don't have to use the Kuva nuke, or you don't have to use the Tenet Spirex. You can use whatever you want, use what's accessible to you, use what's fun. And personally, Ignis Wraith, Kuva nuke, I think they are the opposite of fun. I think they are a lack of gameplay. They are the accessibility mode weapons of this game, and if you use them, I hope you feel dissatisfied in your playtime. I hope that every time you use the nuke, you feel like, wow, that was efficient, but I sure do feel drained of my soul because that wasn't fun at all. And I'm doing something solely because it's the meta. Sorry, I'm a little spiteful that everybody uses the same 2 weapons when there's so many interesting mechanics and weapons. These devs put so much work into making cool, interesting, and exciting gear, and everyone just shits on it. I haven't seen a single person run the Aventus build. I've seen YouTube videos, literally have not encountered a single person using this weapon. Very rarely see Spirex users ever. So yeah, I'd like to see that change. I'd like to see the meta shift. They could nerf. I hope they nerf the Kuva nuke, or I hope they nerf Wraith. Cry about it. Cry tears of joy. I will be. So yeah, I hope that hopefully this enlightened you to the fact that the Spirex is not bad. It is not bad by any means. It's a pocket Kuva Chakkhurr. I think it's a little better than the Plinks, in fact. We're not going to get into that, but I essentially just want to let you know there's other options out there, yeah. So if you learned something from this video, I hope you keep it to yourself, because honestly, I don't really know you that well. So, bye.